What is my hair made of? Keratin, lipids, water, melanin. All human hair are made from a protein called keratin, but it's the different and unique structures and features that gives the hair, the different types of hair, its tight and curly, coily patterns. So I'm just going to look at 4C hair. With the 4C hair, the keratin is the, as you know, is the main fiber, protein fiber, which is made up of the amino acids like cysteine. And these acids, they contain sulfur. So these sulfur creates very tight disulfide bonds, and these are the bonds that makes your hair shrink or stay straight. With 4C hair, we've got more of these type of disulfide bonds, hence why our hair is so tightly coiled and it has so much shrinkage. We also have lipids, which, as you know, are the natural oils in our hair. But with the 4C hair, strange enough, the scalp it struggles to, I wouldn't say struggle, but our hair doesn't get naturally moisturized by these oils because they don't flow freely. So hence why our hair is so prone to dryness. As you know or may not know, our hair is made up of about 10 to 13% of water. Hence why we need regular hydration. Our hair needs water both inside and outside to make it more soft and flexible. And last but not least, melanin, as you know, is what gives our hair its natural color. But with the 4C hair, again, it's got more eumelanin, which gives our hair a more darker or a blacker shade. Now let's look at the hair structure or the anatomy of the hair. You've got the cuticle, which is the outer layer. This just looks quite scaly in the picture, but in our 4C hair, this is where we get our porosity, because of obviously the cuticle is quite raised, so that's where moisture is lost from the hair. Then we've got the cortex, which is the middle layer. This is where you can find the keratin and the melanin, which I explained before. This is where the strength and elasticity and texture of the hair comes from. That's where we get the coiliness of our hair and the curls. And the medulla, that's the inner core. Well, this doesn't really play much role in the texture or health of our hair, but still necessary. You may ask, why do I need to know my hair type? Well, just like driving a car, you need to know what petrol goes into it, what you need to put into it to make sure it runs smoothly and there's no issues, it doesn't break down on you, and it will give you the right results. So you have to put in petrol into your car, you have to make sure you put in the right brake fluid, you put in the oil, you make sure that it's serviced every year. And so too with your hair. So if you know what type of hair you're working with, you know exactly what to put into it to make sure that it gives you the right results. It will grow, it will be healthy, it will be strong, and you'll be loving it. So looking at the chart, I can see that my hair falls into type 4 hair. Specifically, I think it's a C, but we're going to go through all the steps to make sure that I am right. So with 4C hair, I know it's very tight coils. It's a minimal definition and often the most fragile type of hair, which tick all the boxes with me so far. Hair thickness refers to the diameter of the individual strands. So if you've got very fine hair, it will be you will have really thin strands that will barely be felt between the fingers. If you've got medium, you'll have average. So it's not too thick and it's not too thin. And if you've got coarse strands, it will be really thick, strong and wiry. But mine definitely falls into fine, I would say. Next, hair density. So this is how many strands you have per square inch on your head. So if you've got low density hair, your scalp will be easily visible. If you've got medium density, you will see some amount of scalp. But if you've got really high density hair, like myself, the scalp is very hard to see. you'll have to basically pull your hair apart to figure out to see the scalp. So I've definitely got high density hair. And then last but not least is porosity. So you may think, what does that mean? Porosity is basically how your hair gets affected by moisture, how your hair absorbs, retains moisture rather. So low porosity, the water will sit on your hair. It's really slow to dry. If you've got normal porosity hair, your hair would absorb water and the products that you use in it very well. But if you've got high porosity hair, your hair will dry really fast and it will be prone to fizzing and it absorbs too much if for some people liking. But for mine, we're going to do a little test. So get a glass of water. If your hair floats, then you've got a low porosity hair. If it sinks slowly, it's a normal porosity. But if it sinks really quickly, then your porosity for your hair is really high. Mine, you'll see what my results is at the end. Finally, elasticity and strength. So here it can be either high or low. I do hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching, and as always, take care of yourself. God bless.